In this section, I will open the software and then explain the functions of the words and icons in the top 3 lines of the software. First, to open the software, double-click on the AssureCalc icon. These 2 windows will appear. I will highlight this address for demonstration purposes, and I've already diagrammed this house. As you can see, the first line is the address in the homeowner's name. In the second line, we have drop-down boxes. The first is project. The first 2 words are log in and log out. This allows you to log out under the username and password that you registered with and log in with someone else's username and password. This might enable you to help somebody else with a project that they're having problems with. Open project and save project is duplicated in the 3rd line. Save project as will allow you to edit the homeowner's name and address. It will also allow you to diagram multiple structures at the same address. Lock and unlock project are duplicated here. This diagram has been marked complete, and basically what that does is it will tell a person that you have finished the house. Now you can still go back and make corrections, but notice when I click on this, it changes to draft. And I can lock the project back and move it back to what it looked like earlier by clicking here, and now it's marked complete. This also gets the word draft off of your printout. Before we create a PDF, we would want to do a print preview. Before we do a print preview, we want to look at print configuration. Print configuration on this side allows you to decide what pages of the report or what sections are included. And on this side, it will help you determine what layer in the diagram to include. The best thing to do is check it the way I have checked, and use screen options, and these letters are an abbreviation for what you see is what you get. In other words, what is on your diagram is what will print. Any changes you make in this, always click OK. Now let's go back to print preview. When we click on print preview, this will show us the pages that are going to appear in the report. And as you can see, the diagram is the same as the diagram in this window. Notice that all the information is included, each face and the pitch, and this 3rd page finishes that up. You can include more information on this if you check it in the print configuration. Once you've done a print preview and you are satisfied with what that looks like, then we will create a PDF of that. You just click on PDF. You don't have to download any software. It's already built into this software. You decide where you want to save it to. I'm going to save it to the desktop, so that will make it the easiest for us to find. And I click Save. It is creating the PDF right now, and it takes just a few moments to do that. Notice now that the PDF has been created successfully and it appears on the desktop. Let's look at the PDF. Once more, it looks a little bit clearer than the print preview. Notice that there is the image of the house and where the scale lines were taken, and then all of the information and the pages in the report, just like in the print preview. You can email this to anybody. You cannot send this part of the software to anybody unless you have special administrative rights, and you are able to move projects, but usually it's the owner of a company or a supervisor, somebody like that can move projects. The next section is Edit. The first thing we want to look at is Project Properties. This is a window that first appears when you have just added an address and you have not diagrammed the image. So this is a raw image that comes in. This allows you to go back and edit any of this information or add it, and also add or edit any of this information about the insurance company. When you are finished, you click OK. The next section in Edit is Preferences. In Preferences, you can create default directories for your PDFs and for your exports. You can change your scale line entry to numeric up-down, which is what I use instead of a drop-down box. You can turn the autocomplete off, but I don't recommend doing that. You can just do it for one line by pushing down Shift. Also, there's options for printing layers, and use the screen options as we talked about earlier on the printing labels and the screen options. What you see is what you get. Now, one feature that we have is you can add your company's corporate logo by clicking the box and going to your computer, and I'm going to go to desktop because I have an image there. You can put your own image in your software. You highlight it, you click open, and it appears here. Click OK. Now let's go back to Print Preview and Projects. And you will notice that this corporate logo now appears on all the pages in the print report. So it kind of customizes your report to your company, and it gives your company credit, and it also gives ConnectPoint credit. Click on View. This allows you to see a 3D of the roof. It is meant as a sanity check for the diagrammer and is not meant to be sent in the report. Also in View, we can show the copy form. This will be explained in the last section, but basically it allows you to transfer information from the software to another estimating program. The hotkey list. The hotkey list allows you to use your left hand as you work with your mouse to diagram the roof. The hotkey list has the icons that are up at the top, and you can also right click and get the same information and use the same icons. So you have 3 ways to use information, whichever you prefer. Obliques. This is a great addition to 2.4. Look at the back of the house. Look at the detail that you can see, and this is especially useful for pre-diagrammers. Sometimes you need to invert the image. It changes the light and allows you to see the edges more distinctly. Also, you may grayscale and change the color a little different, and sometimes this helps between different types of light and shadow. In the Help section, we have a 70-page manual where you can read about how to use the software. If you prefer reading to videos, then this is where you find it. It's also available on the web. The third row icons are pretty much self-explanatory. If you highlight it, it'll tell you what it is and what it does. In the next section, I will demonstrate how to open a project and rotate and crop an image.